I am live. Hello, hello, hello. Haven't been live in a couple of days. We're celebrating my birthday, right? Saturday. And thanks everyone who showed me some birthday love. Thank you so much who took time to wish me a happy birthday, to comment happy birthday, and even cash out me, right? Cash out me um, monetary gifts on my birthday. Thank you so much. Let's go ahead and share this. We got Brandon in. Uh, Brandon says he's the first. Hello, Brandon. And let's start this 5 minutes of fame countdown. Get this clock started. I can get the clock started. I'm clicking, but hello, Brandon. Thanks for coming into the credit and cash flow room. If you are, or if you are new to my channel, okay, let me share it now. I'm known as the Queen of Credit because of the results that I help people get in the credit world, right? So let me see if I can share this. All right, now we share. So now it's working correctly. Jesus, I actually forgot what the IE means. Inland, I forgot. California, salute from Raleigh, North Carolina. Hello, Kendra. Jesus, if I'm not mistaken, right? California is this Pacific Standard Time? Let me know. Pacific Standard Time. So in California right now, the time will be I think 5:24, right? Whereas in Mississippi, it is 7:24. In the East Coast, I think it will be what? They're an hour ahead, 8:24. Hello, Patrick. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for those wonderful and those kind words. Martin, hello from Detroit at 313. It's in the house. We have Sandra in from the Chi-Town. Sandra, do me a favor. What time? I think Chicago is on Central Standard Time too, right? If I'm not mistaken. I'm asking you all these questions for a reason. I'm asking you that. Hello, Jean from DC. Hello, Jean. Um, Inland Empire. Thank you, Jesus, California. Jean, I want everybody put your time in right now. Whatever state you are commenting in, let me know what's your time. Jesus, it's 5:24 right now in California on the West Coast, right? Chicago is 7:23. Okay. We have New York in the house. I think New York, if I'm not mistaken, Central Time Zone as well. But let me know. I may be wrong. Okay, good. Thank you so much. Brandon is on Eastern. Eastern, I tell people all the time, I always go by the Eastern time zone because that's what the stock market goes by, right? So the stock market, I always go by the Eastern time zone. So whatever Wall Street and the stocks time zone goes on, that's what I go by. Eastern Standard Time. Chicago is Central. Detroit is Eastern. So we have Detroit at 8:25 as well. New York is Eastern. Okay. Thank you so much, Cassandra, for those great words from Birmingham, also in Central Time Zone, 7:25. And then we have New York, okay, Eastern as well. Right, the stock market operates off Eastern Standard Time Zone. Right, as we have 1 minute coming in. So I do know that. Check these texts. Eastern Time Zone as well. As I respond to this. All right, as we have 1 minute and counting, so come in It goes Eastern, Central, Mountain, Pacific. Depends on where you live. Goes back 1 hour per time zone. We got Easy. Hello, Easy from Georgia. He's in the Eastern time zone. Congratulations, Easy, on your company and your book, right? Know you'll do well. Just get the marketing that you need behind it, right? Get the marketing that you need behind it to market that. Hello, Morris from Houston, Texas. It's in the house. I was scheduled to go to Houston, Texas this weekend, the previous weekend, but I could not because the area that I was going to was flooded, right? The areas was flooded. Thank you, Martin. As we have 5 seconds, my birthday was great. It was wonderful. Thank you all. Thank you so much for asking. And Martin, thank you as well for the Cash App. You're one of the ones that gave a donation via Cash App. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. As our 5 minutes of fame expires, right? As that 5 minutes of fame expires. Hello, Trina and Carla on Facebook. So do this for me on Facebook. Make sure you like and share this on your personal page. If you are watching on YouTube, also hit the thumbs up, right, on YouTube and Periscope. Hit those hearts, show some digital love, and share. Invite your followers to come into the Credit and Cash Flow room as well, right? So that's the housekeeping. YouTube, hit the thumbs up for me. We only have 10 right now. Facebook, like and share. Periscope, show some digital loves. Tap that button, get some hearts, and invite your followers to follow as well. Now, let's get right into the topic. The reason why I asked about the time zone is because I had someone to ask me on one of my posts today, or one of my videos on my YouTube channel, why did I block them, right? They want to know, why did I block them? I received a text message from this specific individual at, it was midnight my time, right? Central Standard Time. It was past midnight my time. And, excuse me. And the person said they worked a job, think in the nursing field, in which they work late hours and long hours. And their time zone may not have been adjusted to my time zone. But let me tell you this. If it's pitch dark outside, that is too late to text anyone about business. If you can't text or call Lexington Law at 10 o'clock your time, right, and it's pitch dark outside, as we would say in the South, that's too late to be calling or texting anyone concerning business. And what people don't understand is, some people might say, well, Queen, you can just silence the phone. You should have 2 phones, one for business, one for personal. I have all of that already set up, right? My daughter works at Verizon. That's not a problem. I have all of that set up. The point that I am making is that I sift and sort who I want to work with as well, right? And so if you don't understand business etiquette and business time, I will select or choose not to work with you or to take you on as a client. Why? Because credit repair is a very tedious process. I need to know, right, that you're able to follow business etiquette, right? I'm not going to wake up early in the morning and answer any text messages that I receive at midnight or after my business hours. Because in the credit world, in the credit industry, people, there has to be a respect for time, right? You cannot, right, or you should not contact that credit card company and say, listen, I live in Pacific time zone. I knew that my 30 days to pay on my credit card had expired. But I sent the payment in at midnight, right? Or I sent the payment in, if you're in California, at 10 o'clock. And the company says, well, we're on Eastern Standard Time. So that payment was not processed till after midnight, which was the next business day. And you try to explain to the company, well, that wasn't my time. It doesn't matter what's the business of hours of that company and what time zone are they in. See, it doesn't matter about your time zone, right? And Jesus says get a pager. I guess he's making fun. Let me tell you something. If anyone texts me at that time of night, period, with a T on the end, I will not take you on as a client. You do not understand time or business etiquette. I will not work with a person for maybe up to 3 months or 6 months on credit that does not get that. And the person commented that I'm blocking money, right? When I block their number, I'm also blocking money because they had the money to pay. No, I'm blocking a headache. Let me sip on that. I'm blocking a headache. I'm blocking a person that doesn't understand business etiquette. I'm blocking a person who, in the midpoint of the day or night, right? Yeah, period. Period. Will not understand business etiquette, right? And, I used to see this mainly on a secretary's wall, right? If you work as a secretary, whether it's in the school system, whether it's for this big corporation, and a secretary will always have this sign usually. And I understand what that secretary means, right? That an emergency, I'm saying it backwards. Lack of planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part. Right? Thank you, said drops the mic. Lack of planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on my part. And when you don't understand business hours and business etiquette, these are usually the actions in the profile of a person with bad credit, right? Or who is not optimizing or using their credit, right, to invest. Priscilla says to run a business, be professional and respectful. And see, this is the thing. You have people that try to tell you how to run a business with a job mindset. Listen, all money is not good money. When it comes to business, all money is not good money. And you should not accept everyone who wants to be a client. See, I know you're not used to that because on a job, they tell you, I'm going to let you all answer this or finish this. On the job, they train you and teach you that the customer is always what? I'm going to let you finish this because I'm going to show you how people have been brainwashed, right? On the job, when you're employed, the customer is always what? Right. You have to respect boundaries, even in business. I'm not going to respond to a text that sends me messages after business hours. As a matter of fact, even call me after business hours. I'm not. And the thing about that, I'm waiting on you out. Thank you. The job they teach you, the customer is always right. That's not true in the business world. That's not true in the business world. Thank you so much, King Copper. See, they want to make you a good employee or economic slave That's the thing that embed in your brain. Customers are always right. I can pull your credit report and tell you you're not always right. I can pull your credit report and tell you that you're not always right. You didn't pay that bill, so it went into collection. You're not always right. You have 30, 60, 90, 120 day late payments. You're not always right. You don't pay accounts as agreed on time. No backlash. But let's be honest. And you know what? I listened to this live stream today on YouTube. And this man that helps with credit repair or restoration was reading some emails, right? Thank you so much, Stephen. And one of the emails came from one of his viewers, and it said that they had enrolled with a credit repair company, and they had paid $1,200 to receive a credit sweep, right? $1,200. And they got the credit sweep, right? The business did as agreed, but however, when you get a credit sweep done, what that means is you are claiming you are a victim of identity theft. And so once you claim that you are a victim of identity theft and that some negative accounts were a result of identity theft, the credit agencies will temporarily remove those accounts, right? Because you are stating that you are not the person who created that charge off of that collection. Someone stole your identity. So in order to not have your credit file affected negatively for something you did not do, supposedly, the credit agency will temporarily remove those accounts to investigate. That could take up to 30 to 45 days, right? So once they find out that it's not true, if it's not true, the accounts will be replaced or placed back on your credit report. So this potential client or client was stating that, oh, they robbed me of my $1,200. Now I have all those negatives back. And the man that was doing the live stream said, you know, you shouldn't have to pay thousands of dollars for credit repair, right? Right? That's what the man said. You shouldn't pay thousands of dollars. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know why not? I removed $30,000 of $40,000, $50,000 of bad debt off people's credit. So $1,200 probably will be just 10% of the bad thousands of dollars reported on that credit report. Why shouldn't you invest thousands of dollars, especially if you have thousands of dollars of bad debt and credit report on your credit report, right? And it says, you know, that's why I only charge $99 a month, right? Because I offer premium services, but I don't charge premium price. And I thought to myself, by the time that person stays with you for 10 months to a year, which is what the process would take, they're going to pay you $1,200 as well. It's just in smaller increments, right? And so, listen, this is the type of stuff. And I don't mean any harm, right? I don't mean any harm. But if you have not paid people, if you have not paid lenders who lended you money or gave you an opportunity to make money by lending you money or extending you credit, if someone does, and I hope this doesn't happen to anyone, but if a business does not perform as you thought, as expected, and you invested in that business, I've heard more examples of people not paying bills as is agreed with bad credit versus that people that have taken people money and not did the credit repair for them. Now I hear little stories every now and then. But you know what? This is what I don't understand. And maybe you all can help me. Why is it that when people pay Lexington Law, for example, $100 a month or $99 a month, and after 10 to 12 months, they don't get any results? Why isn't it you all, why isn't it you all don't go and file small claims against Lexington Law? Why isn't it you don't go live on someone's live stream and tell you about how Lexington Law robbed you and you paid out $1,200 or $500 or $600? Why don't you go to your local courthouse, or why don't you go to the Better Business Bureau and report Lexington Law? Why don't you call Lexington Law business at midnight or 10 o'clock your time? Why don't you go live on YouTube and bash Lexington Law? Because let's be honest, most people that's doing credit repair and restoration, rebuilding, are people of the Black and brown community, right? That's doing it in an effective manner. So why don't you handle Lexington Law like you would handle someone in the Black and brown community? Why can't you respect someone in the Black and brown community in the credit consulting business like you would respect Lexington Law? Would you call Lexington Law that late? Even if they had a text number, would you text them that late? Or would you say, you know what, it is late at night, I'll just send an email, right? Wouldn't that be better business etiquette? Curtis said he had someone last night, they said they can do it for free and self. I don't really know what that means, Curtis. Thank you, Jesus. He said everyone hit the like button. Curtis said he had people close their accounts and wonder why they don't have a 680. A lot of people close their accounts because they listen to Dave Ramsey concerning cut up their credit cards, right? And this is what I don't understand. You listen to Dave Ramsey about cut up your credit cards. He gives you the story of, or his story of how he filed bankruptcy, right, to protect some of his assets. But have anybody ever proposed to you that if you have thousands of dollars of credit card debt, it might be to your advantage or more advantageous for you to just start over a clean slate and just roll that debt over in bankruptcy, right? And pay a third of what you owe and start over and learn how to optimize and leverage credit to invest and not to get in debt. Thank you, Mar. Yeah, I'm representing, this is my HBCU private college, Tougaloo College, where I graduated from, right? Very proud of the Lou. And let me say this as well. I had someone to comment about one of my videos that I uploaded about President Trump and his taxes, and we will get into that conversation now, right? Shifting. And I said, Queen, it was like, what, 40 something minutes. And they said, you know what? This is some valuable information, but it was too long. No, it was 38 minutes. The video was 38 minutes. And it was, I edited in order to give different video clips of examples, right, of why President Trump and his taxes is perfectly legal, and it's a strategy that the rich and wealthy use, right? And someone even told me that they have a degree in business and that's illegal. I said, you know what? They don't even teach you this in school and colleges and universities. So you telling me that you have a degree in business means nothing, right? As the famous Jim Rohn says, formal education will make you a living, right? One of the greatest philosophers, but self-education will make you a fortune. And so we got on to President Trump and his legal tax strategies, right? Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, and Mark said he read it wasn't smart, it was a fraud. Let me tell you something. Gene said he read those comments. Thanks, Gene. President Trump, the actor on The Apprentice, and the smart businessman that he is he has too many assets for that to be fraudulent activity. See, if he didn't own Trump Towers and tennis resorts, and if he didn't have different businesses, then we can say it's a fraud. He have too many tax deduction business. Are we saying Warren Buffett is a fraud? Are we saying Jeff Bezos is a fraud? Even Kanye West, learning to leverage the tax laws, open up a nonprofit, and then got back millions of money in tax returns after owing that much. It's not fraud. It's called financial education. And you know what? And so these are my 2 resource books. This is something that I'm going to have my people that join me in a home-based business. These are 2 mandatory books that they must read. And we're going to go through these books. And what brought my attention mainly to these books is that she's called the queen of tax deductions, right? How to stick it to the IRS and how to escape the rat race. And I love it gives the knowledge of how to legally pay less in taxes. Now, I could not share this information for you because these books cost me. I had to invest in it. Not only my time, but my money. But I come before people and I give them education out of the book. And I don't ask for anything, right? Some people give a super chat, but I don't have to. But see, I don't have time to argue with people who don't read this type of knowledge about, okay, Mark says he was not saying it was a fraud. He was talking, the comment exactly, Mark, was saying that Trump is committing fraud. Trump just understand the tax laws. Another book that I read, Loopholes of the Rich, Robert Kiyosaki. How they legally, see that word legally, how the rich legally make more money and pay less taxes. You want to know if it's a fraud? Read a book. They're not going to teach you this in school. Right, Curtis? Trump has legal taxes and you see, you're the one as an employee that's only bringing home 40 to 50% of your paycheck. You're the one who's listening to Dave Ramsey talking about 2 jobs. When the IRS taxed 2 jobs as if it was 2 people working. So when you have one person that's working 2 jobs, they are taxed like 2 people, right? Edgar said, I've been preaching to my wife about these videos and watched over 10 videos. Wow, hands down. Thank you so much. Ernest said, I need you to help me. Okay, go to my website, fixmycreditandcash.com. Strolling at the bottom and go to credit help and start there. Well, you know what, Martin? This is a better saying. You know, as the video that I uploaded today brought out, is the old saying is don't hate the player, right? Hate the game, but don't even hate the game. Learn how to be a player in the game. Why would you hate something that's giving you opportunity to build wealth? The mandatory books would be How to Escape the Rat Race, and I would not get a commission off this, and How to Stick It to the IRS. And they're both by Sherry Peel Jackson. We're going to have some private Zoom meetings, and I'm going to share and teach what's in these books to the people in the home-based business. And this is why. How to Escape the Rat Race, right? You see it in bold, so you don't think I'm just making something up. Internet home-based business. This is the section. Increasing income, right? Increasing income. The majority of home-based business are those that sell products and or services exclusively over the internet, right? Internet marketing strategy to individual that's compensated for specific products that are sold online. Like, did you all know that the average income and for people, even if you're working a full-time, yearly annual income is $37,000 for a home-based business, even if you're working full-time. My question to you all is, why don't you have a home-based business? You're bringing home 40 to 50% out of your paycheck. That's by the time your taxes, FICA, your 401k or your pension, your insurances, right? Which is disability insurance, accidental insurance, cancer insurance, health insurance come out. You're only bringing 40 to 50% home on the dollar, or 40 to 50 cents home on the dollar, right? So there is a difference between network marketing and MLM, multi-level marketing. Network marketing is marketing strategy, and this is directly from the book, page 107. A marketing strategy in which the sales force is compensated by getting others to join the same business and market the same products, right? This recruited sales force is referred to as a participant pay line. The members don't generate income from multiple levels of the sales of the individuals they recruit, but they may receive bonuses based on the production of people in their pay line. Now, MLM, or multi-level marketing, is a marketing strategy in which sales force is compensated not only for the people that they personally generate, but also for the sales of the other salespeople they recruit. This recruited sales force is referred to participants downline and can provide multiple levels of compensation, right? This is the one that I am in and that I prefer, right? The multi-level marketing strategy, right? And is not based on marketing and selling products. So that's what I like. So there are some talk about positive and negative of MLMs and people who do MLMs. But on the other hand, Donald Trump and Robert Kiyosaki praised them, both of them. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I read all of their products and I'm in total agreement, because I told people that, right, you're right, 37 annual income for people that work jobs and have a home-based business, additional $37,000. And that's not including the tax deductions that you get. But Robert Kiyosaki and Donald Trump both praised them. And now that you all know this as well, that network marketing is now taught at Harvard University. So the truth about network marketing is that it will work for you if you work it, right? People who join MLMs for $500 or less usually join on the spot at the same business opportunity meeting because of the speaker's motivation, right? It means that you need to think about what business is right for you before you get involved. And don't feel guilty because, maybe a friend or family member is pressuring you to join them. So some things you need to ask about a MLM or network marketing, right? Is this product unique? Is it unique? Can it be purchased at the corner store? That's why I'm not doing weight loss tea. It's too many weight loss products at Walmart, CVS, grocery stores. Thank you so much, Aaron. Okay, Sacramento. Aaron. So if it can be purchased at a grocery store, not the exact product, but something similar to it, right? Weight loss product, then your chances of getting people are very slim. The next question you should ask, how many customers do I need to get in order to reach my monthly financial goals? Like, for example, in MWR, you get a total of 50 customers, you can get $2,000 monthly. And that's not 50 by yourself, that's 50 in your total network. That means the people that join you and the people that they get to join them as well. At minimum, right? At minimum. So you don't want something that requires 1,000 customers per month in order for you to prosper and meet your financial goals, right? So figure out how much your direct or personal customers you would need. And then what is the compensation plan? How many times has it changed, right? And so know your compensation plan, know the different ways. In MWR, for example, we have 10 different ways to get paid, right? Another question, is the person that asking you to join making money now? With MWR, you can instantaneously make money whether you recruit nobody but yourself if you have a job. On average, $200 to $600 a month is saved by doing the Money Max system and teaching people how to add the 475 tax deductions to their paycheck, right? I call it powering your paycheck or paycheck checkup, because now you have 475 soldiers on your team that's helping you keep more of the money you make as an entrepreneur versus excuse me, 12 as an employee. You only get 12 deductions as an employee. You get 475, right, as an entrepreneur and an employee. Right? Is the person asking you to join a leader? So other things I always, so these are just the ideal home-based business. So you can legally get these tax deductions, right? Just know it will require you extra time to start a business. From 9 to 5, you should be working on your job, right? From 5 to 9, you should be working on yourself, your brand, and your business. Just point blank. Those are the 2 jobs you should have. Not 2 jobs of showing up, punching someone's clock. 2 jobs, a 9 to 5, work on your job. From 5 to 9, work on yourself, your brand, and your own independent business. Now, with this home-based business versus having your own business, you have experts working for you, right? Not employees. That's a big, big thing. So this is what I will be teaching about the internal revenue to people that join me in the business. What about the taxes and home-based business? And you guys see I have this part highlighted with the other side. See my fingers on it? She said, I was crowned the queen, the deduction queen by many clients I use to prepare tax returns. That's one of the reasons why I was attracted to her. Right? I always attracted to queens and kings. So you need to understand this, because this is how you keep more money out of your paycheck. And this is how you get more money back in taxes, right? So I will be teaching. Another thing that I like about this book, right? I have my rabbit ears, is that it discusses how to have your money work for you so you don't have to work hard for money. It goes on to say wealthy people use business structures, trusts, LLCs, foundations, and internal business corporations to protect their assets from lawsuits, divorce, and other factors, right? So it talks about that all the rich and wealthy people, for example, like Rockefeller, Carnegie families, have land and other wealth for hundreds of years within their family. Hey, right? So you have to have a proper business structure, but you need those proper business structure within the home-based business. Thank you so much, Jesus. Yeah, I do. I work with I really work with everybody in all states except Mississippi, right? Except this state. Because I just need one state where I just need just my hometown. I don't want to go to the grocery store. I don't want to go to a recreation activity anywhere, and I'm being harassed about credit. Right? It's already enough that I get text messages after midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning and 10 o'clock. Right? So the rich and wealthy have been utilizing strategy for decades, while the middle class pays out everything and is broke at the end of every month. As you start your home-based business, you must first find a structure. You own nothing. And let me tell you something. I know a lot of people in the Black and brown community. I get it, right? I get it. I promise you all, I do. I get it. If you can't tell, I'm in that community, right? The Mellington community. I get it. We want to own things, right? Exactly, Curtis. That's great. Networking because your efforts are multiplied. Because it's hard for us to get loans. I made a video about how your zip code determines how much of a credit limit and interest rate you pay, even on credit cards and loans and interest. And we want ownership, right? But the rich and wealthy own nothing and they control everything. Why don't they own? Because they want to protect their assets. They know if they have assets in their name, they are liable to lawsuits. They put everything under business entities. They own nothing, control everything. So I know a lot of people are like, well, I want to own my own business. Do you know how to market? See, do you have the mindset? This is stuff you learn in the home-based business. Do you have the mindset? Do you have the marketing? And most of all, the other M, do you have the money? See, it takes money, it takes capital to continue to operate a business. What is your unique gift? Are you able to market? Are you able to get new clients? Are you just sustain your old one? Are you able to grow and expand the company? Do you know about virtual marketing online? Is it an internet based that teach you about internet marketing? Right? Again, what is your mindset? Right? A business plan is not going to give you the mindset to continue to endure and be successful. And that's why I also look at the mindset and the mentality of the people I work with. Again, because a lot of times people come to me, Ernest, the question is yes, so just go to my website, Credit Help. And they're in desperate situations with their credit, right? They're in desperate, they're in an emergency situation. I understand that, I get that, right? But at the same token, in order to work with me in consulting, you're going to have to get things notarized. You're going to have to be able to, let me share this with you all. Send me informative emails and follow up emails, right? People that usually text at outside of business hours usually cannot follow these instructions, right? And when it comes to credit, you may be with me. I would hope it will be weeks, but you may be with me months at a time. I'm going to show you this email I got today. And this person, because they sent me this email in a very detailed way that I asked. And then a lot of people ask me this question too. How long will it take to fix my credit? How long should I expect to see results? Well, a lot of that depends on how well can you communicate with me. Let me share this with you. This was so detailed, right? That I was able to get this person's, when they follow up with me about the results, I was able to get their affidavits out today before 4:30 my time, before the post office closed. And let me show you why. Because this person very detailed email me. Look, sent the attachments like I asked. Today's date. I received my Experian and Equifax TransUnion results. Here she said Experian. Capital One collections were deleted. Mary Bank collections and student loans was updated. Let's look at this. Results attached. All of them, they are attached right here. Equifax, Capital One, Mary Bank collection, student loan, all updated. TransUnion, both collections were deleted and all student loans were updated. Results attached. I appreciate the results I received from your work. If there's anything else you need from me, let me know. You know what the next email she got from me was? Let me see. 6:55 p.m. These are the certified receipts I mailed today to Experian TransUnion Equifax. Log into USPS.com and enter the numbers on the side to check the delivery and tracking. It normally takes 3 to 5 business days to arrive, then 5 to 7 business days to go into dispute. Right? If you enroll in the free account with Experian and Credit Karma, you will receive notifications when your items go into dispute. Watch this video to learn how. A very short 15-minute video. By law, credit agencies have 30 business days, up to 6 weeks, to respond. And I have to change this because it's actually 30 calendar days, right? When I did my research. I put you will receive a large white envelope in the mail. Listen, it is your responsibility to inform me when you receive responses concerning the results. If you do not receive anything in 30 days, call the credit agencies before it's underlined. You contact me. People still don't do that. These are all the numbers to the credit agencies. This is certified receipts. This mail. That's why I'm careful about who I work with. And just know too that the envelopes may come in this manner now. They're sending them with the blue stripe and it says first class mail. So they're not always large white envelopes. Sometimes they are, depending on how thick your credit profile is. But if it's, 2 or 3 disputes, you may get first class mail. The envelopes will look like this, right? Exactly, Azus. How long? People start getting credit profiles at the age of 18. How long did it take you to mess that up? How long did it take you? The video showing them how to upload it, and they'll still tell, I haven't heard anything for TransUnion Equifax. Have you checked on Credit Karma? They update every 7 days. Let me tell you something. You think having bad credit is bad. Try working with people that have a bad credit mindset. Now, I'm not saying everybody that have bad credit have this mindset, but a lot of them do. You think the person I just showed you today, a pleasure to work with. And that's why I sort and I sift. Credit restoration, repair, rebuilding, and revision. I said all of it is a tedious process. It is no cookie cutter system, meaning that you can take a template letter that millions of people have mailed in and don't think that their high systematic system that the credit agency have that's called eOscar, the electronic scanning system, is not going to pick up that this is a template letter and your accounts are just going to get updated and are verified. So I don't even argue. That's like a very low mentality conversation with me to argue with people that they can fix their own credit. Go ahead, try, and I hope you get the results, right? I hope you do. I mean, I think it'll be a great thing for people that experience trying to repair their own credit, simply because you'll see the challenge that it is, that it's not just a cookie cutter system of you copy and paste a template letter, right? And right now we are not only in an economic crisis, but we are in a credit crisis as well. And the credit agencies makes billions of dollars off of bad credit because they sell your bad credit, right, to predatory lenders who want to offer you the highest interest rates. They want to have you paying for a vehicle for 7 years that has about 200,000 miles on it, right? You pay for 3 vehicles by that time. No one should be paying double interest rate for a vehicle, just point blank. Another thing that this book brought out, if I can find it, I mean, I can't wait to teach this to people. Look, I have the dog ears. You can't see what I have highlighted because of my green screen. So what about a home-based business? The best solution for increasing income, in my opinion, is to start a home-based business while you still have a job, right? Especially if you don't have assets that you can put to work to increase your income. Let me see. Okay, this is on page 60 of the book. Using the rule of 72, right? That tells you that if you attain 2% interest on your investment, it will take 36 years for $1,000 to become $2,000, right? The interest rate you will get normally like on a CD or money market account. Do you have 36 years for that investment to double? Right? No, you don't. There's a better way. And I have people that tell me in education, that's why when people come to me, I have double master's degrees, right? Work in a public school system. Was not going to invest any more of my money on specialist degrees or doctorate degrees. Just was not going to do it. Education is highly priced right now. And I'm finding more knowledge in the informal education than I am formal anyway, right? Tell me, well, that's why a school teacher said, you know, my daughter got $1,000 and I put it in a checking account. I'm thinking to myself, by the time that baby gets 18, that $1,000 is going to be like 100. She was like 6 or 7 years old because it's not drawing any interest. But teachers are the worst. I never got it how teachers can focus on specialized education, right? Meaning whatever subject area that they specialize in, English, math, social studies, history, et cetera, et cetera. But they want get a financial education to learn this stuff, what they don't, you know. I never get that. So the rule of 72 on the negative side of interest, say if you attain a car loan for $20,000 at 18% interest, you will have paid a total of $40,000 for that car after 4 years. And there are some people have cars financed at 18% interest for up to 6 and 7 years. Real talk, for real. I'm telling you, I'm looking at the credit reports, thousands. You would actually pay for that car twice after 4 years. So imagine people that have a 6 or 7 year note. You may not be aware of it, but people in this country pay 18% on debt like cars and credit cards due to their poor credit rating. That's why I tell people, if you have double interest rate on a credit card, it may be to your benefit to just go ahead and roll that bad debt over into bankruptcy and learn and don't repeat the process again. A $5,000 credit card, for example, at 21% base interest rate on a minimum monthly payment of $150, right? 3%, that's how you calculate what your minimum monthly payment on a credit card is 3% of the unpaid balance. Will take you 22 years to pay off. Likewise, as they would say in education, if you had a typical 30-year mortgage for a merely $150,000, right, at a 7% rate, your monthly payment would be $997.95. A total yearly payments of $11,975.40. You will pay more principal than interest only during the last 5 years of your mortgage. And I ask this question all the time. How many people do you actually know who live in a house for 25 years? You don't. So that really means that you're just paying interest on the house. How many people, and then if they do live in for 25 years, after that 25 years has expired, how much thousands of dollars do they have to put back into the house to renovate it or restore it or repair and rebuild? Or to get it back up to the modern look, right? After 25 years, they have to update it, right? Restore it in a sense. So, Queen, what are you saying to be better off the rent? I'm not saying that. In some people's situation, it is. But whatever you do, whether you are renting or paying a home mortgage, you should be getting a tax deduction for that. If you look at your amortization breakdown on any mortgage, it's going to show you how much you're paying in interest, how much you're paying in principal, and how much you are paying in escrow. Jesus says, what's the longest loan you should take out on a vehicle? I honestly would suggest anywhere from 3 to 4 years on the low end, right? You have interest rate right now that's at 1.9% for used refinance for used vehicles. I also suggest that you buy pre-used, right? Never buy new, because unless you just got that cash to do that, you have no bad debt, right? And you just, you've arrived and you can pay out, and you're at that point where I can pay cash for this car, brand new. But once you buy a brand new vehicle, make sure they're the ones, if you want to pay it for cash, that will hold their value. They won't depreciate. Like me, let me show you. On my Facebook, I share my Facebook memory. And I say, I still want to be a Jeep girl. One of the reasons why I love Jeeps, not just because I think they are so sexy, right? I think it's just sexy to see a woman driving a Jeep, and I can see myself driving one. But because they hold their values. Jeeps, so let me show this with you all. Jeeps hold their values. Also, you all, thank you, Jesus. Everyone hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. This is, you'll see that credit gear, the credit rich gear that I have, apparel that I have on sale on my channel right now is through Teespring. So definitely you want to get that credit rich apparel that I have. You can't see the crown. Let me see if I can zoom in, make this small, if it'll show the crown. Okay, that's it. So the credit rich apparel, you'll find this on my YouTube channel. And then this is the post that I was telling you. This is my y'all mad at Trump and his tax return. I've been telling you for years you can do it too, right? Just some more. The best asset of man. Let me see. There it is. There she go. Isn't she beautiful? I think she is. I said, I still want this. This is my Facebook memory. Some people buy other high-end vehicles. Some people buy Vantage, right? Some people want Porsche. Some people want Rolls Royce. But this is just a low-scale, middle-class vehicle that I like. My birthday just that they hold their value. So I do my research, right? Other than that, I buy pre-used, because at that point I feel like I'm buying it at the actual value of the vehicle anyway. I'm not overpaying. Yeah, they did. They teach you the wrong math in school. Okay, Sandra, but you know what? This Jeep I'm going to lease, just because of the business tax deductions that I can get for out of my home-based business, right? Versus purchasing. And I already have 3 vehicles that I own outright with no note. So I'm not really into buying another vehicle for the long term. I want to lease, get the business tax deductions off of it, drive for 2 or 3 years and switch up to something else. That's just where I am. True Second said his niece, and she like, okay, yeah, it's all about us more in the government, right? So, okay, so that's it. In order to get those best lease prices, people, get your credit up. Yeah, Mark, it was hilarious. I had another clip from Good Times I want to share, but just know, you all, those clips like Sanford & Son, I'm going to really have to turn the volume up. If you see something from Sanford & Son or Jefferson, or Good Times, is usually when I watch TV One on Saturdays. So I'm recording right from my television, and the volume is loud enough for me, but once I upload it on my live stream, right? Trying to adjust my mic. On my live stream, the volume is not that loud video, so I'm gonna have to start just turning the volume up. But I got a really good one from Good Times. I'm just waiting to upload about household income. They were trying to get approved for a $25,000 house, and see, sometimes I don't catch because I don't know a lot of these, shows and the message, and I'll just, I'll be like, oh, they sound like this is gonna be interesting, and I'll hit the record on my phone. But the family wanted to purchase a $25,000 home, right? Then the FHA loan was at 3%, right? And Michael, being the man and genius that he is or was, the loan officer was calculating. They was at the bank. And Michael said it'll be $750 down payment. And he said, well, who will be the primary loan responsible for the loan on the house? And Florida said, well, I'm the head of the household, but I don't have credit, right? So when I heard her say I don't have credit, then I started putting record, but I didn't get that part of it. And he said, well, how will you all be paying for this house and the down payment? And they said, well, we're all going to pitch in our savings. And we have the down payment of $750. And he went on to explain that one of the rules of FHA were that they had to work, someone had to have a full-time job of 40 hours a week, right? So Florida was saying, I have 25, and JJ said I had 16, and Thelma's husband said he worked as a cab driver for, forgot his hours, right? And then Michael said, I work 12 hours a week. And he said, well, no, I need one person with a full-time job. And Florida said, what about, this is a household collaboration. So in total, we work 88 hours a week. So surely that has to qualify. He said, well, it's nothing about that. But long story short, right, it's called household income or household hours. And that's the same way it works with credit cards, right? You can make $80,000 a year, but if you have someone within the household maybe earning $40,000, then that's $120,000 that you can claim as household income for your stated income when you apply for credit cards. So this is all the stuff that I'm going to share with you all in my book, Credit Rich, right? Why I love credit cards to invest in assets and even real estate versus business loans and even sometimes business lines of credit, right? Because even with business credit cards, those credit cards, some of them, not all of them, not all business credit cards are created equal, but you have some of them that will not report on your personal credit report. So when you're dealing with a high credit limit and you're using your credit cards to invest, right, there's debt that's hidden from your personal credit report that will not affect your personal credit card report. And so I'm going to list those credit cards that do not report, right, on your personal credit report, all in the book, and the difference of paying your statement date versus your balance due date to keep and maintain a high credit score. And also things like how to convert credit into cash, right? Liquidity does not have to be balance transfer checks all the time, right? But that is one strategy. And what type of assets that you can purchase with credit cards. Most people just use credit cards to buy the latest clothing trend, to vacation, and to buy liabilities, right? The latest gadgets, the latest TVs, things that depreciate in value, right? You should be using your credit cards to invest in assets. So I'm going to, right, the middle class, that's why I work all year. From January to April, the middle class work just to pay taxes, right? And then from May to September, they work to pay debt because they're only bringing home 40 to 50% of their income, or 40 to 50 cents on the dollar out of their paycheck. Right, more those shows, yeah, they were teaching about family and finances, right? Morris says, I like Trump. He's just like that Jeep he's holding. He is. And people had you out. I mean, hey, come on now. A billionaire, you know, Jeff Bezos, and some people think, oh, it's constitutional. You know, taxes have to pay for schools and better roads and better streets. No, that's your state taxes. That's not what the IRS taxes pay for. The IRS taxes is designed, right, to keep you in economic slavery so you don't keep more of the money that you make. And they know that mass majority of the population will not find the true answers in reading the books that I'm showing you all. And most people don't get it, because that's why I tell you the best thing you can invest in is in yourself and in a financial education. It's all about, right, taxes and credit. The rich and wealthy know how to leverage taxes and credit. Curtis said it's sad. Yep, they work January to April to pay taxes. And Jesus brought this out on one of my live streams. That's why your tax returns are due April the 15th, right? And they're quarterly. They know a fourth, right, of your year is going to be allocated to pay them in taxes. And so people, if I told you, if you work for me, right, and you would see, this is how the rich and wealthy earn their money. They earn the money, they get paid directly, and then they pay taxes. See, you're actually taxed twice. You get taxed as you receive your paycheck payments. Then you get taxed again when you have to file those tax records by April the 15th. You're getting taxed, double taxation. And when you can only, and then we haven't talked about the silent tax, which is inflation, which is the increased prices of our goods and services. So I tell people taxes is what caused debt. Let's be honest. Because how many people, if you're only earning 40 to 50% on a dollar, how many people, or 40 to 50 cents on a dollar, I keep changing it, can save up any cash money to really buy a house? You know, I talked about, and I'm gonna upload the video when I get up. I talked about the Florida Evans thing where they were purchasing a house for $25,000. You have houses 10 times that amount now. Real estate is grossly overpriced. And a lot of times they say, well, the banks don't want rental property. They don't want that in their possession. They don't like bankruptcies. They don't like foreclosures, right? Yes, they do, because they're going to take that property, right? Maybe sell it to an investor, especially the big time investors that use debt to get rich, like multimillionaire Robert Kiyosaki. And they're going to upgrade their property, invest in it, and they're going to sell it for 10 times as much as it's worth, right? And you get taxed. Not only you get taxed on your paycheck, you get taxed on your purchases. That's good. You get taxed on your goods. Not only do you get taxed on your paychecks, you get taxed on your purchases. So what do you do? What do I do, Queen? You find out a way where you get taxed less on your purchases, right? You find out a way to flip the script. Instead of complaining about how the game is played, you learn how to be a player in the game. You find out a way, for example, to turn your bills into business tax deductions. Your utilities, your cell phone, a portion of that square footage of your home or your apartment or your condo or your townhouse, wherever you live, a portion of that should be tax deductible. You figure out a way, if you still have a job, and 98% of Americans are employees, you combine both an employee and entrepreneur if you're just not ready to be an entrepreneur right now, right? Is Trump going to jail? No, Trump is not going to jail. He's not doing tax evasion. People that do tax evasion go to jail for that, right? He's doing tax, or he's not doing, tax manipulation. He's doing tax strategies, right? So he's doing tax maximizations, not tax evasion. He's not breaking the law. He has businesses and he has legitimate tax write-off. He knows the game is played. He's smart, We don't have the knowledge, but it's up to us to learn exactly what he does. Queen taxes used to be. Man, you came in late. We don't have to know taxes people for that. You just got to get the right knowledge. You can find these books and invest in them. Tax strategies of the rich. It's all in the book. So you don't have to know anybody. That's not true. You just got to have knowledge. Taxes used to be due on March 15th. They said they changed to give people more time to file, and I thought about it. Right. Right. Yeah. Because you all don't know. I think they just started. Exactly more. People have to learn income shifting, how to shift that money back to them. I think taxes used to be used to fund wars, right? And then I don't think it was until 1913 that they actually began taxing labor, right? Or the IRS was created. Right, they wanted the tax to pay for World War II. Let me, I'm finding some articles. Let me see if it's oh, this is good. Let me share this. This is just an article I stumbled across. Where do your federal dollars go? Since some people think it's, American or whatever. That if you're, good evening, Cloud. Okay. This is, where do your tax dollars go? Where do federal taxes go? The government spent 4.4 trillion, 21% of the nation's gross GDP product. Of that 4.4 trillion, over 33.5 trillion was financed by federal revenue. Social Security, 23% paid for Social Security, which pays for the monthly retirement of approximately 45 million retired workers. Medicare, Medicaid, CHIP, right? Health insurances program, 25% of your taxes, right? 3/5 of this amount, 651 billion went to Medicare. 61 million people age 65 or have disabilities, and CHIP, right? And then defense and internal security assistance, 16% went to that, right? Then it's saying 8% federal budget, safety net programs, earned income, tax credit, child credit, assist low income, moderate working families to provide cash payments to individuals, including households, Social Security, for the elderly, disabled, poor, unemployment insurance. Right. This is the one I really want you all to see. Look at this. Interest on debt. See, I tell you all, you're the government's biggest debt holders when you don't convert cash into assets. The federal government must make regular interest payment on the money it borrowed. So a lot of people think the IRS is the government. No, the IRS is not the government, right? The government borrows money from the IRS. They are not the same. So they have to make their money back to the feds, right? That is the federal debt held by the public, which was 16.8 trillion by the end of 2019, is even higher than that now. In 2019, those interest payments claimed 3.75 billion or 8% of the budget. So you have to work to pay the government so they can pay the feds. Who owns the feds? Well, that's where you got to read The Creature of Jekyll Island. Let's see if I have that book. You don't read The Creature Jekyll Island, you definitely have to read this book by Peter Schiff. how the economy grows, and how it crashes. Because then you understand that the government and the IRS is not the same, and you'll see who owns the IRS, right? And the federal notes, and that you have to work to pay back the IRS. Yep. And why? If you never have assets like a home-based business, real estate with cash flow producing assets, you'll always be hustling backwards, and the middle class will get poor, right? And because you're only bringing home 40 to 50% on the hard-earned labor dollar that you earn. Amanda says, just wait until Biden's win. We will not be able to. The taxes are high now because, see, that 26, I think I showed you all this. Let me, it showed you. And I tell people all the time, it's not about Republican or Democrat or anyone. You have to save yourself. No one that gets into office is going to be able to get you out of this because we're too much in debt, right? Those is over with, right? I don't care what they tell you. Joe Biden is a multimillionaire himself. Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton are multimillionaires. Now they may not have the assets that Trump had because he's a billionaire to pay the least amount of taxes, or Jeff Bezos, but I can tell you, I'm pretty sure they're like Warren Buffett, who Warren Buffett says that his secretary pays about 30% tax interest rate wise in taxes, but he pays only 17%, right? So if you didn't get that watch that video that I uploaded. So this is your bill to our IRS, right? The National Treasury, the Feds. This is it. U.S. debt per taxpayer, $214,000. And if you work a job and you don't have legal tax havens, especially if you don't have a home-based business, right? This is how much you got to pay them back, because as this run up, I know you all think those stimulus is a great thing and woo woo woo. When that national debt run up, you're the economic slave that have to pay it back, point blank, right? And that's why your prices will increase. The dollar-silver ratio increased just by a little bit, 30,002. We're waiting on silver to get up to 4,000. It's like $52 away from 4,000. Dollar to crypto, the lower this number goes, the higher crypto goes. Usually crypto will be in the green, right? I'm just reading some things. So this is the amount of dollars printed out per barrel. Now you will see 1913 here, because this is when the IRS or the Feds was created. Taxes was not always in existence in the United States. Exactly. Both parties are capitalists. You're absolutely correct. What are capitalists? Capitalists are people that capitalize off working citizens by, marketing to them and keeping them in debt through the job system, right? For those who don't have a financial education or strategy. Yes, good credit used the correct way is power. Again, and you all know, I just don't come on here to teach people to get better credit. I teach people to optimize their credit and to use and leverage credit to get assets. Because when your dollar and your labor is being attacked right now in forms of higher pricing, in form of taxes, right, in forms of inflation, when those things are happening, when you don't have the income, you're going to have to use the bank's money to invest. Let's be honest, right? And if you're not keeping more of the money you're making, who can in actuality save up thousands of dollars when they can get it in a matter of a day? I'm waiting for an email tomorrow to confirm that a person just got qualified for about $40,000 of business credit. That all took 2 or 3 days. How much of your time and labor will it take to produce that? Right? Credit can get you in days, but your labor may not be able to get you for in years. And it's cheap right now. Just use it the right way, right? And use it to invest in assets. And credit can be your best friend or it can be your worst enemy. Depends on how you use it. Right. So a lot of people, they want to come to me and say, Queen, do I need to get an LLC or S Corp? First of all, get a vision. What type of business do you want to have? And will that business be how high demand or even on demand in this economy? And how much capital do you have to invest in the business and the equipment, right? And even employees, because your employees can be an asset or a liability. How much upfront capital do you have? And if you don't have the answers to that, you want to make passive incomes, right? And you want to get the same benefits as someone that owns a McDonald's franchise would, and you can get something that is needed right now, which is financial education and strategies implementation for a pair of a Jordans or an Xbox or Nintendo game, right? One-time investment of $228. And then you get 3 people, you get a $79 a month discount, meaning that now it's only $40 to have your website and your marketing plans and scheme. So once you get 3 people to join with you, then at that point, it's $40 a month, right? And so just on that now, if you came at the end, you want to work with me to help repair, restore, and rebuild your credit and revision it. Revision means using it to invest in assets and not liabilities. Repair simply can mean that repair doesn't always mean that you just have negatives, right? I did some credit analysis today. The people didn't have, some people, they didn't have any negative accounts at all, but they were under a 700 credit score, right? And they wanted to be above a 720. They had they were carrying too many balances on their credit card debt. So they needed a strategy and a plan to get more money, right? To pay down their credit card debt. Because if they had the money, they wouldn't carry the high balance. And so their strategy that I had to give them a suggestion on was to get in the home-based business with me through MWR, have the experts analyze your paycheck and see, can you get qualified for $200 to $600 a month or more, depends on how much money you're making out of your paycheck. So you can bring home more money out your paycheck, then you can apply towards that debt. So sometimes repair means adding to as well as taking away. It can mean adding positiveness, adding cash flow, adding positive accounts, right? Getting primary trade lines at $5,000 if need be, right? And it could also mean removing negative. Restoration means restoring something to its original state. Maybe you had a late payment hit and you lost 80 to 120 points, right? Or a pop-up collection, right? Or a charge off. And you had a high score, you was over the 750. You had 1 or 2 items to pop up and reappear, and you needed to restore, which means to bring back to its original condition of the high operating state that it is. So restoration, repair, not always the same. Repair means to bring to working condition, right? So it can have a lot of moving pieces. A lot of people want to argue that companies don't do credit repair, they do credit restoration. Well, hey, I guess I just do all of repair, restoration, and revision. Because also what I do that businesses don't do, like listen to law and some of these other month-to-month plans, They don't even consider giving you a clean credit profile of getting your addresses and names deleted. I I just found out today that for some reason this had never happened. That Experian just had my middle name misspelled. Well, those are conditions, rather not qualifications, but conditions in which you can get items deleted off your credit report. And getting old addresses deleted is a big deal, not only because it adds 2 to 3 points per address, right, to your credit report, but that address identification, if you ever read your credit report, it's going to have address identity number, identification number. Could have been linked to someone who had bad credit, had victim of identity theft, could have been linked to someone with bad credit. And it's just linked to your bad credit profiles. If you don't believe me, go to Experian.com, click on view personal profiles. And if you have any addresses on there, just click on never live there, right? It's going to say you cannot dispute these online because these accounts are connected to this address. So if you have negative charge-offs, collections, student loans, right? At that time you were living at that specific address, getting the address deleted first helps get the negative accounts connected with that address deleted quicker and faster. So it's just so many moving pieces of how to get expedient credit repair results. But a lot of credit repair business, they don't even look at your credit profile like that. They don't break it down to you. They don't tell you to can you give me some? Will you pour me some? They don't even inform you that these things need to be done, because when a bank or lender, especially if you apply for business credit, is looking at your credit profile and they see you have a clean profile, right? You have one address reporting, one good address, one name, maybe 2 names, maybe you got married, or your maiden name or your marriage name, and you don't have multiple addresses. That all takes in consideration of your credit profile and your opportunities to use credit to invest, right? So I tell people all the time, what they do is not what I do. You know, they don't call you kings and queens of things if you can't. Thank you. If you can't give people that knowledge and then give people an address removal is just as hard as inquiry removal. I'm telling you, it's not an easy thing. And a lot of people don't do it because they don't know how to do it. It's just not simple. It's just saying, it is in a dispute within itself. Getting addresses deleted is a negative account. It's a dispute within itself. People don't understand that. They may tax the baby to get money from people in every way to help people make money, meaning everything that is why they are multi-millionaire, multi-billionaire. Well, you know what? If you get a knowledge, we got to stop blaming they. Right. We got to stop blaming they. Yeah, you all. Let me see how many thumbs up we got, because I'm getting ready to log out. Mark says, okay. Now, we got to stop blaming they. At some point, we got to look at me and I. Because I'm telling you, these books that teach you how to leverage your taxes, this is less than on a $50 investment. I've always heard if you want to hide something from people who live paycheck. I was about to give myself a new saying. I was gonna say paycheck. Well, I was about to give you. Hey, you all, let's do that. Let's just have some fun with it. Let's just hashtag paycheck. We're gonna call it paycheck, not paycheck. We're gonna call it paycheck. People that live paycheck to paycheck. Or paycheck to paycheck, right? Then You need to learn these strategies. Tax is called debt. These 3 books, you can read them and learn the strategies for under $50. It's just no excuse anymore. It's just no excuse. Do I have? Yeah, I do, but I usually only recommend a CPA to the people that join me in the home-based business. I don't just, do that. I give people that knowledge because at this point, having a good CPA or tax specialist or tax strategy without having the home-based business is to no avail, right? Because you don't have any business tax deductions anyway, right? We're gonna start counting poach it, I like some of my hashtags you all make credit church and credit class and credit rich. But everyone that has a poach check is that way because they don't have a business. Let me see. Mariah says hello, Queen. Smash left you a text. Can we talk tomorrow? Who is Smash? Who is Smash? I don't do with me, Mariah. It have to be over 5 inquiries. If it's just 2 inquiries, and 2 inquiries should not stop you from getting approved for business credit, unless you already have 5 or more. So keep your inquiries 5 or less, and to get approved for business credit. But I don't do 2 inquiries. Right? We got milk and credit hashtag. Someone came on my live stream and said I was milking credit, so we started hashtagging it. Then I started hashtagging got credit, and now we got poach check and credit church and credit class, right? But I don't do 2 inquiries. That's just that job is real too small for me because usually inquiry removal is very tedious as well, right? And you have to have some specialized paperwork to be successful. So because it's a lot of work, I don't do anyone that just want to, that'll be like $100 job, and honestly, it's just not really worth my time. So I have to work with people that want 5 or more. Man, I've gotten up to. Let me see if I can find a video. I mean, this one young man had. Oh, that was so long ago. Can't even find it. Oh my God! I just saw Doc Rivers got fired. That's terrible. Up to 50 inquiries deleted. This was like my first year. Let me see if I. Yeah. Oh, here we go. This was I'm gonna put this in a link. I'm not even gonna show this video. I was looking. This was in 2018. I was looking rough. My hair was looking rough anyway. Not even gonna show you all that. But I'll show you anyway. It don't matter. I just came from the gym, look like. But I'm on the phone. I'm gonna put that link in here. And I got a lot of my hair always have a lot of new growth in it though. It's time for a touch up now. This is the live coaching call. I'm on the phone with the client. Yeah, I see his name right there. So he's telling his testimony. 52 inquiries, right? 52 inquiries. I put the link in there. And 2 collections. Deleted. He became a homeowner out of Texas. That's the link if you all want to watch that. And he became a homeowner out of Texas. Those inquiries. He was a young man. I really used to get on him. A lot of it was from looking for a vehicle and they just shotgun. They don't give us long hair coaching. Let me see what coaching. So that's the link. I don't know what coaching you're talking about. What coaching are you referring to? Man, let me tell you, I have this. I've been in this credit game. I'm not new to this, but I am true to this. It was this him live. Yeah, it was 50. It was 50. I removed some people have to 30 addresses, right? Yeah, you know what? They probably fired Doc Rivers because Doc was very outspoken about racial issues and speaking up for the black injustice in the black community. So yeah, you're right. I hope they give him the opportunities they give other coaches of other race, and just give him another job. But I like Doc. I hope he finds something else, and I'm pretty sure he has his finances in place. If he doesn't, right? But wow. Then what? Steve Nash just got a job with no coaching experience, so unbelievable. Real quick, anyone have any credit questions? 5 minutes and I answer. Or maybe I shouldn't. It's been an hour and 35 minutes. I don't know it's been that long. But y'all, hey, y'all, I got a lot of credit stuff did today. Today I was knocking them out the park, man. I got it. So if you invested in credit analysis Friday, then please give me. Tomorrow I will go back, and I did some credit analysis today. Some people paid like Thursday, and I got those people done. But I ask that you all give me up to 5 business days, right? Because I have days I just have to focus on getting those clients that's already paid and invested and signing up with me done. So I have to get that. You also again look at the credit rich merchandise at the bottom of my channel. The credit rich, and I will try to expand and get more products, apparel, right, on that as well. And you all, let me sign out. So that's the link if you all want to watch that 52 inquiries testimonial from 2018. But hey, this is to your credit and your cash flow, your health and your wealth, and your peace and prosperity. Thank you all for tuning in. Hit the thumbs up. Thanks everyone that donated to me Cash App, right, on my birthday. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Appreciate your gift, your monetary gifts and donation. Thank you so much. So Mariah said, what's the difference between approval odds and pre-approval? Mariah, what's the name of your business that you're trying to get business credit for? And then I'm logging off. I've had a long day for credit. A long day. A very productive but long day. Mariah, if you just have 2 inquiries, right, if you don't have over 5, then go here and look at, go to this website and look at pre-approval because you do have a high 700 score. And just fill out that pre-approval application. And if it's something you need, then they will, or you can consult with me. Just enter in the information. Just got a client that's getting 40,000, right? And then you can do that. And if you cannot get, whatever doesn't qualify you, then they will communicate with me and let me know. Then you can reach out to me. All right, you all. Okay. Have a great night. All right, Ernest. Yeah, go to fixedbycreditandcash.com under credit help. All right. Have a great night.